We're live. No, we're not.
Yeah, it's not live.
Yeah, did you really think it was?
No. You're not cool enough to go live.
No. I got two loyal people.
Well, I had 5
Did you?
on my live.
Try this. Oh, no. Cheers.
Oh.
To number 1 as number 2 on the TP podcast.
Has anybody looked up the plumber?
Sorry, everybody,
Right.
for sending you to apparently the dark web of YouTube.
Yeah. We had no idea.
She had to bring that up right in the beginning.
But here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, and apparently we're gonna cuss a lot and drink and smoke.
Yep.
So, and we're not adding to the family aspect of searching
No.
for the plumber on YouTube. So, hey, cheers to plumbers.
Sure.
Plumbing everywhere, apparently.
Yep. They're all over the place.
The only thing that you can get a plumber to the only job that you can get a plumber to do quickly is if you ask him to plumb you.
Apparently.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's gotten so good at it that he was on Craigslist,
YouTube.
YouTube. He's a YouTuber now doing dirty things.
So, weird people.
So, should I have shaved? You don't care.
Nobody's gonna answer you.
Yeah, probably not.
Even if we post this, nobody's gonna answer to you.
Not to me. So, can you ask him?
Should he have shaved,
Nice!
or should I have shaved?
Alright, we're trying the camera in a different way, so I'm gonna go look at the camera really quick and make this like we've never done it before. Look like it.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's having a hard time focusing on one face. Alright, you guys. What are we gonna do about the dollar store not costing $1?
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah, what are we gonna do?
Go there and
Can we have like a Boston Tea Party with the dollar store? Just go in there and take all their stuff and throw it in the river? Be
piss.
like, yeah. You know, do you know what the Boston Tea Party is?
No. I mean, I do, but I don't.
You want to tell them
explain it?
about how you ended up in the paper one time?
I was in the paper swinging.
No.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting story. So, one of my friends that went to Phoenix knows they did this program. I think it was called Strive. Well, I had already had a baby, and I was 16. And they were teaching us how to put on condoms in this Strive program. And I didn't know that there were so many different steps to putting on a condom. So in the newspaper, they put that I had absolutely no idea how to put on a condom. And that is what they put in the newspaper. And yeah, that was really cool.
I ended up in the newspaper too one time, and I was watching my cousin, play baseball, and I was hanging off of the fence just watching everybody play, and the news review guy came by and was like, "Can I take a picture of you?" And I was like, "Sure." And I got in the paper for hanging around.
I got in the paper for swinging on a swing. I was in the paper twice.
And then I got in the paper again.
Oh, so I'm not the only cool one.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I don't think I ended up in the paper again. But oh, there was I remember this one time I got in trouble. Uh, I think I was 13, and me and my friends were shooting these rocks at these cars on the highway, and the guy that we got, the one car that we ended up getting the whole time we were doing it, happened to be a football coach, and he knew how to move pretty quickly. And so he catches us and calls the cops or whatever, and calls our parents and all that, and then I had to pay a little bit for the fine and then do community service, but the guy wanted me to do community service for him, and I was like, okay, kind of weird, but that's nice of him, I guess. And he brings me into his house, and he's got all those like lovely kids, and like everything's perfect for him, and and I'm thinking like, what do you? Is this why you brought me here? Is to like show me like how great you're doing, and then like how what a bad situation I'm in, even worse. Thanks, guy. So he takes me fishing, and he.
Is this a fishing story?
Yep. So he takes me fishing, and he is fishing behind me, and I go back to cast, and I tell you, I had no idea that this fishing lure ended up in this guy's mouth, but it was all the way in his mouth and then came out through his cheek back here. And when I yanked on it the first time, he started screaming a little bit, but I didn't think too much about it, and so I like pulled on it again, and then I hear him like make a bunch of noise. I'm like, okay, so I look back and I'm watching my line, and I look back on my line, and he's literally hooked in the mouth, through the mouth. I'm like holding him hostage by this hook in his mouth, and so clearly he didn't have me working for him anymore after that, because it was pretty embarrassing on the ride home, or his dad trying to cut it out of his mouth. I don't know.
Wow.
It was,
interesting?
Yeah, that's a story.
Yeah. So, are we only going to have one drink? Because I'm already done here.
I don't know.
Oh. Well, you need to give me some more.
Really? She never drinks,
I don't.
guys.
Ever.
But she just likes this stuff. It tastes good.
It's Crown Royal. It's alright. It had mostly Sprite in it, so. Right?
I don't know. Some guy on the internet told us that we look like we're in detention.
We look like we're in detention.
Does this look like detention?
I don't know.
Maybe we are in this corner to think about the steps that we've made in life.
Yeah.
What are we doing in this corner, right?
What are we doing in life?
Yeah. I mean, all of our kids have biblical names. We're probably
Right.
destined for something. Right? We've got to be something special.
At least they gotta be something
Yeah.
special.
Yeah. So maybe we're making this for them.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
One day.
No.
No.
No. Apparently my oldest kid is going to be a rapper.
Yeah.
He just told me that about a minute ago.
Did he really say that?
Yeah. He picked up rapping. So.
Oh.
That's pretty cool. No.
Good for him.
I told him to keep it to a dull roar, because last night, I'm telling you, the noises that were coming out of his room, I didn't know what he was doing. I was like, what is this kid doing? And then he came down here today and told me that he was rapping last night. And now I know what that noise was. Because he was making noises like he was losing a fight against a penguin. Like somebody like,
him and Isaiah.
yeah. I mean, which is okay. We all start like our last p.o.s cast. I looked like I don't know.
Yeah, I was a mess. We were both a mess.
Yeah.
We just randomly decided we're more put together today.
Yeah, I
think.
Well, yeah, and then I cried yesterday. Like, so.
Yeah, yesterday was yesterday.
Yeah, we're coming.
Yeah.
We're coming at today with some Crown Royal.
Yeah. You want to get me some more?
Yeah.
Thanks. You have another story that I should tell? You should just bring it out here. So, I don't have much to say. And I know you all are going to see this and probably laugh at me. That's okay. I'll just wait for him to bring me my drink. It's going to take a little bit. It's awkward. Well, I don't have any stories to tell. I mean, I have lots of stories. So, I guess I had my oldest when I was 16. And then we got together. Well, we were on and off together from the time we were like 13 years old. So, but I think he wants to tell that story with me. We will see. He's going to look back at this and laugh at me. That's okay. I'm alright with that. But he's taking forever. I guess I'm just supposed to sit here. This is really awkward.
What?
This is awkward.
Why?
I'm out here by myself talking to myself.
No, we got so many people hanging out with us right now.
Oh, good Lord.
It's crazy.
It's insane. Almost told him about how long we've been together.
Yeah, that would
I
have.
almost did that by myself.
Yeah, we.
Well, I mean, I kind of did, but then I didn't.
She almost roped you in there, huh,
Yeah.
guys?
I didn't know what else to talk about.
What if we weren't filming? No, we're still going.
That would be really great because that was
Yeah.
there will be something on there that you have to see. You know?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Dad,
So
Dad,
that
did you find any scents on the counter?
That was Lizzie's. Just recently?
Yeah,
No.
I'm like on the counter.
Well, he went to deal with a child. You know, this is going to be even more boring than the last p.o.s. cast. Because this is going to be even more of a piece of shit than the last one. I'm not that funny. He's kind of funny. I laugh at him sometimes. He's got lots of dad jokes.
you don't. No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. You just can't. You only remember them in certain moments. You had a dad joke that you can remember. No.
No.
Wow.
I mean,
Of course you can't
what?
remember.
I don't think of. I'm not always telling dad jokes. So, my daughter says that I have to tell you to like this next video. And that I need to add some paprika to how you, to me. I need to be extra paprika.
Extra paprika on this bitch.
Yeah, we got you some lasagna, and it's got extra paprika on it.
I don't know about that one. Don't know about that.
That's what I would do. I would put paprika on it.
On lasagna.
Yeah, that's what I would do. An extra. I got a comedy lasagna for you guys.
What would you put on that comedy lasagna?
Well, first I would tell you that there's words misspelled in this tattoo, and it was my first tattoo ever, and I thought that was going to be significant. And I
No, what's even funnier is that you took me in, surprised me
Yeah.
while I was 9 months pregnant so I could get a tattoo.
yeah.
And then he ended up having to get the tattoo because he had already paid for it.
So
Yeah, no, you know, because you can't get a tattoo while you're pregnant.
Well, not everybody knows that,
Yeah.
but you know.
He didn't know that. Now he does.
So I found out about the misspelling in this tattoo less than an hour later. Like when I found out that this tattoo was bogus, when an hour after I got this tattoo, an old lady looked at my tattoo and was like, "Oh, that's really nice," and then read it, and then she was like, "Oh, they misspelled does. It spells dose," and I was like, "Oh, wow."
Hard.
Yeah, first tattoo misspelled. Nice.
Well, he was gonna cover it up though.
I'm telling you guys, this is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because I still keep getting tattoos. I got these two tattoos from a mechanic at like 11 o'clock at night in his bicycle shop, like his motorcycle shop. I went in there and drunk, and the guy was like, "Yeah, all right, I'll do it." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure."
Yeah.
Yeah, so, in this one, I got this one, and the guy capitalized all of the letters in my last name except for the first one.
Except for the H.
What's going on?
All my tattoos are awesome.
Yeah, hers,
Yeah.
like, she's figured out tattoos. I'm
Figured
still,
it out.
apparently...
You gotta think about it. I mean, last minute tattoos are nice too because this one was a last minute tattoo. And I love this one.
Okay.
He had no idea that I was even going to get a hand tattoo. When I left to go and get this tattoo,
Yeah.
I was only supposed to get the wolf, and I come home with a full hand tattoo. He didn't know what to think about that.
She's got pretty hands.
It's even more prettier.
It's really nice.
I love it.
It makes about as much sense as mine.
No.
Yes.
Mine makes way more sense than yours.
Yours is a dead rose.
It's a beautiful rose.
It looks like it's alive, but since it's not real, it's dead.
Okay, well that's okay. I got a few of them.
And
I got
mine's
a few roses.
I'm telling you guys.
Oh, I got
I
this
think my
last
nose
one
again.
right here. This one, this part of my tattoo is probably my favorite. Yeah, I really like that one. And then the rose right there. It's alive.
She's got a nice arm.
I have a beautiful arm.
Isn't that?
Shout out to my tattoo artist Chandra
And her mother
for making her.
making this arm that she gets this art on.
Oh, and my mother.
Yeah,
And my
yeah.
mother, not
Oh no,
Chandra's
yeah, the
mother.
tattoo artist's mom.
Well,
Shout out to her.
Shout out.
Woo!
I was shouting out to her, but we can shout out to my mom. I'm
Yeah.
totally cool with that.
Yeah,
My
we're
mom
in the
was the fucking
internet.
best.
We're in it.
I know. She's totally here with us.
Yeah, you
that,
know what?
right?
You know what's crazy though?
What?
Is that like our sound and our face and our essence is out there. Like it's like
Yes.
trapped. We're trapped in there, and you guys get to watch us back.
As we're sitting here.
Yeah, right. Like this is moments of our
Yeah.
lives.
Did I tell you about the other day when Jesse came over and we were talking?
I'm sure that was something.
We were talking about my mom, and then that light that light was
Oh, I thought you
off,
said
and
it
then
was
it
Jesse.
turned back on. Yeah,
thought
I
you-
said Jesse.
Or, no, I thought you said Josie the first time.
No, it was Jesse.
Oh.
Yeah, me and Jesse were talking about my mom, and that light was off, and then all of a sudden that light turned on.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. I was like, freaking
Well, there's a reason why we're in this corner then.
right. It was meant to be.
Yeah, maybe maybe we'll get closer by this. Even if we just look back on our own video every once in a while, and we can see moments.
Me and you?
Yeah.
Oh no, remember? I'm gonna murder you.
Yeah, we should put true crime on her idea board because it definitely is mulling around in there.
In your sleep. Is probably what's gonna happen. You have life insurance?
No, but the Allstate guy should have in that movie he was in. Dude, yeah, you guys need to go watch that Allstate guy movie.
You don't even remember what it's called, do you?
He's in it.
Yeah. It was about, what was it called? No Escape is what it's called. And I think it's on Netflix. It was pretty good, though. So you should go watch it.
Yeah, he should have had life insurance.
Yeah.
Oh, and he was trying to keep keys away from people. He was being a responsible guy.
Especially for being Allstate.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Allstate's great anyway.
Yeah, he's worked for Allstate for so long that
Yeah.
the movie he ended up in ended up trying to make people drive responsibly.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was like a snowstorm and they were stuck.
And he's like, no, you're
Yeah.
staying here, guys.
Yep.
So, shout out to the Allstate guy for sticking to his brand.
Yeah. And shout out to Allstate to begin with.
Can't say the same for us.
No, they
We
won't.
transformed from one to the next. Because last one, I looked like I fell out of
Whatever,
a dustbin.
you looked beautiful.
No, I just looked like I fell out of a dustbin. And I was tired.
I looked tired.
You were
fine.
you were tired. You didn't look as much tired.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
And your hair looks different.
Oh, my hair does look different.
And
I got sit done
yeah,
today.
yeah. So now you
Got a
look.
little bit more confident boosted. Put some makeups on.
Yep.
Put my
Apparently
face on.
Apparently all 63 of you guys were not enough confidence boost for her.
No.
Wow. Way to cut him down.
Well, shit.
We went to where did we go? Arby's?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Arby's today, and when we were eating, there was this old couple. They got trapped in this conversation with this lady in the line, and I couldn't help but hear it because they were like 5 feet from our faces, and it was really funny to watch this guy like try to, like duck and weave, like try to figure out how to get out of it because he said one nice thing to this lady, and she turned on him like.
No tomorrow.
I don't. Yeah, it was like those wind-up monkeys with the.
Clappers?
Yeah. She was like, yeah,
Yay!
yeah. She was like straight at him.
Give me more!
Like the moment after they started talking to her, and at some point the guy was like, "Oh, I think I see a friend over there," and I don't know, there might not be, and he like left his wife.
Did you really?
Yeah, he like left her with her, and so the wife now is just standing there like, okay, and so like the other lady is still trying to talk to her, and then at one point she was all like, "Oh, I thought you worked here," and I was like, "Oh man, this lady's swinging for the fences. She's trying to get out of that conversation. How do you not, And then the lady's like, "No, I don't work here. My sister takes care of me," and she's all like, "Oh." You didn't realize what I was trying to do there, and so she like she ended up getting her food and leaving, but that was pretty funny.
Or the guy at the beginning, when the guy handed him his food, and he was like, "You have a nice day," and he just
Right. Yeah.
like stared off into space for a second, like he was super angry that he said that. I was like, "Whoa, okay."
I remember I was watching, what was his name? Bill Burr. And he was talking about how he was in Walmart and he seen a guy with a kid over his shoulder and then trying to wrangle another one, and then the guy was like trying to find his wife, and he was like, "Oh, look at how if that guy can do it, I can do it." And I'm thinking in my head, that was me, and I bet you can't lift my kids. So, what are you talking about? Because I've been that dad at Walmart, trying to find my old lady and wrangling 2 kids in Walmart. I don't think I look stupid, because you can't lift this kid.
I thought you were gonna burn me for a second on accident. I was all, whoa.
She makes me so happy.
Yeah. Underwater.
Yeah, she tickles me underwater sometimes.
Well, do you have any more stories that you want me to tell?
That I want you to tell.
Yeah. Can you remember any of my stories that I told you?
Any of your stories?
Were you with Chad and I when Chad stopped at that stop light like it was a stop sign?
yeah. And he just went. Yeah. He was like, I'm pretty sure I just ran a red light, guys.
That was were you also there when he got pulled over and they accused him of being a sex offender?
Yeah, because he had the same exact name.
And the same birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But literally a different face.
Yep.
And genetic code.
He was like, oh my god, you guys. You never guessed.
Yeah. Well, it was probably because my wife looked like she was 13 until she was 25. And so she's sitting in the car and the cop's like, what's this old guy doing with these kids? And so he just like tries to find something weird about it, you know? Which is, kudos to the cop. You know, you're trying to protect people.
Yeah.
But
it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, you definitely made some people laugh that night.
That was all on the same night, too.
What?
When he ran that stoplight.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
And it wasn't that long after that he got pulled over and then got accused.
Yeah, which is so funny because he's such a good guy. he.
We only have lots of stories with him, though.
Yeah. I remember we went to California, and I'm telling you, this thing was spray painted, rusty, and running on 3.5 wheels, right? And the back window was busted completely out, and it was messed up.
Yeah.
So we just didn't care about what we did to it, and we drove it all the way down to California one night, and I remember we had extra spray paint, so I spray painted the front of their car, and I lit it on fire. And after I lit it on fire the first time, I wanted to throw a match on it and see if I just threw a match, if it would still light. Well, I spray painted
I'll be right back.
enough to make it work. And I take a couple steps back, and right when I look over, I'm flinging this match in the air, and I make eye contact with these two Asian people, and they're looking at me like, is this what California's like? You know? And I'm not from there. But as the match flies through the air, I'm making eye contact and it catches the car on fire. And they just are like staring at me in awe that this is happening in front of them. And then we just kind of stared at them until we got back in the car and left. But they had no idea how to take what had just happened in front of that store. So that was that story. I don't know where she just went, guys. And I know, I'm sorry. I can't do this thing without my main attraction, so.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Children knocking at the door. Looking for our child.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had to light this twice.
I haven't had to light this at all.
Oh, nice.
Not one time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright.
What?
I'm going to check one more time.
Okay.
Still rolling.
How many minutes?
29 minutes.
29?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And we've actually kept it up a little bit. I told you it just took a little practice.
Took a little bit of alcohol?
Well, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
I think we're probably just more comfortable.
I can't believe how many people viewed our last video.
Yeah, even...
I wonder how many people actually watched the whole thing, though.
That's okay. You guys don't have to watch the whole thing, all of these. I couldn't imagine.
You have to watch the whole thing.
Wow.
Every time.
What if you do that?
So should
Our daughter did it.
Yeah,
and our youngest, which is really awesome. So that's one reason why I am gonna have to try to like PG some of my stories because my kids are actually watching the whole thing,
Yeah.
which is nice. I love you,
Shout
kids.
out to our kids.
Yeah,
We
love you, kids.
They think we're great. So they have to
Yeah,
watch
that makes
our
me feel good that
podcast.
you guys want to watch it.
Or our p.o.s. cast. Okay. It's a little bit different.
It's the first of its kind. It's hard
Yeah.
to remember.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time there.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So when are we going to get them? The mics.
It's up to you. When do you want to order them?
What do you want to put on your idea board?
The only thing that comes to my mind all the time is cheeseburgers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's hard.
Two
to
POS casts in a row?
Tell me about it. As soon as you said that, and my brain was like cheeseburger.
Okay, so...
I used to walk up
Like
to random people and tell them my name was Bob, and I liked SpaghettiOs.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. I wonder how many older people thought I was just the fucking weirdest child they'd ever met.
Yeah. I wonder how many adults, after you were an adult, thought that you were the weirdest child that they ever met. That's what I
Probably
wonder.
a lot.
That's what
There's
I
probably
wonder.
quite a few people out there that still think I'm pretty strange.
Yeah, that thought you were a child too, though.
At the same time.
As an adult.
Like
Yeah,
that
you were an
movie,
adult.
like the movie Orphan.
yeah. They're all like, whoa! How did that 10-year-old know how to recite the anthem?
Right? How does she know how to drive?
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, I
she's
know they're
pregnant.
I know they're still asking, how do you see over the steering wheel?
Right? You know how many people would look at me so weird especially when I was pregnant with Isaac, and I would take Lizzie and Caleb out? They would literally look at me so strange, like, oh my god. Like, or when Caleb, you remember that time when Caleb called me mom in the pharmacy?
Mm.
And that lady had to chase me down and ask me how old I was?
yeah.
Or when we were living over in Winston and we had those people come to the house and they were like, are your parents home?
Yeah.
It's like, I am the parent. But now I'm 30 and now I'm just looking like I'm in my 20s, so they don't ask as much. It's all the gray hair.
Yeah, it's not as weird.
Yeah.
She got weird about her hair, and I ended up like developing a tick where I didn't want to look at her hair because she was so weird about it.
Because I have lots of gray hair.
And then it made her weird about it even more, and like, yeah.
Now I'm going all gray. This will be gray. All of it is going to be gray. Hopefully in the next couple months. It's happening.
If that's what she wants to do,
I'm doing it.
I'll let her do it.
It's going to be all gray. I'm going to really like it. This is a process. This is not going to stay this way.
It's a process.
It is. I'm sure my hairdresser, when we went from black and bleaching it, she was like, what in the hell did you put in your hair before this? I was like, I went to Sally's. She's all, don't ever go to Sally's again. That stuff isn't even professional. I was like, well, then why didn't anybody tell me? So that's why it turned red. Because I was using shit for hair dye. I thought it was better than box dye. No. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey, you guys.
it's not.
Hey, you guys. If that's what you want to talk about is her hair, leave it in the comment section.
We're talking about it anyways.
I know, I'm trapped here.
I like it.
It's very nice.
It looks better than it did. That's for sure. Isaac told me my hair was orange yesterday. So I was like, thank God I'm getting my hair done.
And my daughter told me earlier that the last podcast was extremely boring.
Yeah.
And I needed more dad jokes.
Yeah.
Which was, that was a left turn in her criticism of it. That she wanted more
Really
of
strange.
something that other people don't like, which is fine.
And now I can't think of any dad jokes.
I can think of dad jokes. There's just like maybe 3 or 4, but they won't work in this situation.
What do I need to say?
What?
What do I need to say for it to work?
It literally has to catch you off guard. Like,
Oh.
you have to be like, trying to like do something, and then the guy comes up out of nowhere and he's like, hey! And then you're just kind of like, really? And then it's the dumbest thing. So
is that why you're doing is that why you get people like that? And I'm always like, did you really just say that?
Yeah, it's the irony
That's
of the
what
situation.
you want. Okay.
That's the only way it
I
even kind
see.
of works.
That
And it
makes
just,
sense.
if it works on you sometimes, then
Yeah, so when you have conversations with him and you think, did you really just say that? He's really meaning for you to say, did you really just say that?
Yeah. It's the
quite
irony.
literally.
Yeah, it's the irony of the fact that I just said that.
It's literally taken me years to understand that. And still sometimes I'm like, he really just said that. It really did just happen.
Yeah. So she could tell you what she said to me over the phone when I first met her,
Oh.
and then you can judge if my humpless camel joke is really as weird as the things that she used to say. So
Yeah, my name was Bob, and I liked SpaghettiOs, even though I don't even like fucking SpaghettiOs.
I don't like fucking them either. They're all
Yeah.
messy and tomato pasty,
Yeah.
and looks like you just like went on your penis period.
Oh, that's brutal. So yeah, so am I telling that story?
What?
Am I telling that story?
What story?
Oh, really?
About what?
About how we met over the phone.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not. You have to ask
So
for my
we
permission.
met over the phone, and my friend Angelita was babysitting his nephew,
Yeah.
and she was like, "There's a cute boy here," and I was like, "Let me talk to him." And she was like, "Okay," so she handed him the phone, and I was trying to be weird. I was not at all trying to get his attention. I was literally just trying to be weird. So I was like, "You see that guy walking down the road? That's me. And I'm also in the bushes.
I've been
I'm
in the
watching
bushes
you."
for weeks.
Yeah.
Watching you.
I'm
Yeah.
watching you." And then after all this weirdness, like I keep going on about how I'm literally watching him. And after all the weirdness, he asks for my freaking phone number. And we talked every freaking night. How old were we? Like 13?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talked every night for like a year.
Yeah. If not longer.
And so this podcast is, I mean, it's generally, as far as I can tell, it's going to be a fluid transition for the two of us, because we literally started our relationship with just being able to talk to each other
Yeah.
for hours and hours. So I don't know why this would be any harder than
Now
making a
everybody else-
long distance relationship work as a 13-year-old over the phone. I mean, this is easy.
Now everybody else gets to hear our conversations.
Yeah.
Because they can be quite weird.
It's going to be awful.
It's going to be... Oh, yeah.
I can't believe it hasn't already been awful.
Yeah. I can't believe people are viewing this.
Yeah.
Sometimes I really question things that I think inside my head, and then the things
Which
that
apparently isn't
he
much,
thinks.
because she has nothing
Yeah,
on
I
her
have
idea board
nothing.
still.
Nothing.
Just put something up.
Oh. Can I write cheeseburger?
Well, is that something you're interested in?
Yeah. I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's good. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so what about cheeseburgers then?
So, you know what cheeseburgers I really want? Burgers and Q.
Burgers and Q in Winston, everybody. That's a huge shout out.
They go to Looking Glass Brewery, and they also go to Two Shy Brewery in Roseburg. But their burgers are literally the best. They're just
Delectable.
Yeah.
They are.
So their burgers
great.
are like huge. The freaking hamburger's huge, and then the freaking bacon in it is like super thick and juicy, and like as you're eating it, it's just so juicy. It's delicious. I like food.
And you like the sauce?
Yes, and their sauce is great.
Okay.
Yep, and I even like their tomatoes on it too. It's pretty good.
I like that they're in Winston.
Yeah. Well, they're not just in Winston. They go to Two Shy here in Roseburg.
Well, I know, but it's their burgers are affordable. It seems in Winston, so
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah. They're worth it. Yeah. No matter, like, I think when it has to do with any of the places in Winston, if you're going to eat and Burgers and Q is in Winston, definitely go there. Because their burger, you'll be full. Like, for sure. Like,
Yep.
like, our in-laws can only split one cheeseburger to each other because their burgers are so big. But I like food, and I have to have my own. And,
Fair enough.
And our daughter will literally eat her own and start eating mine.
Our daughter is amazing.
Yeah. She loves her food, too. We are women of loving food.
Yeah. Born of loving food.
Yeah. I'm not the best cook, per se. I don't really like to cook. Anyways, I will if I have to, but I
Guy
hate
didn't
cooking.
marry her for cooking.
No,
No,
he
I'm just
didn't.
kidding.
No, if I could have your mother's cooking every night, that would be great.
Yeah, Mom, what's up?
Yeah, I think we're just gonna move back in.
Why'd
with
you
your
stop
parents.
making me dinner?
We're just gonna move back in with your parents.
Yeah, back in?
Yeah, we lived before.
Oh my god. Well, I guess, yeah, we were pretty
freaking
young.
18.
Yeah, we were young and had a kid.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
Alright,
we were
guys, calm
still-
down. We had an extra kid.
Yeah, we had a kid, really freaking young, and then I moved in with him at his parents'.
Well,
when
I
he was
never
18.
had a kid.
You never
but-
had one?
I was around her, with her at the same time as her having kids.
You never had a kid?
Nope, never gave birth, not once.
Well, if you only knew what that experience was like,
Yeah.
it's excruciating.
Tragic.
Yeah. But then, like, once it happens, it's like you get this weird relief over your entire body.
It's probably gravity.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You're like, I'm so much lighter.
No, it's crazy.
Okay.
Because you feel like this deep connection with your child, too, at the same time. And it's fucking, like, I can't even explain how that...
Apparently, I've never. Apparently, I've never felt
like.
love for my child when it was born.
No, not like me.
Oh.
Do you need another drink?
Sure.
Okay, because I do.
You want to see where we're at?
Sure. Whoa, this is my mom.
Hey, Mom. All right, you guys.
45 minutes.
So now I'm gonna have to tell you guys a story that I can't say in front of her. But if she sees it over the p.o.s. cast, it's not gonna. She won't get as upset, you know. So there was this one time when she had been drinking a lot, and she thought that she was gonna puke. So I thought that she needed to sit up in her chair, right? And so when I lifted up her chair, she threw up all over the dashboard of her friend's car. And turns out it was actually her friend's dad's car. So he had to explain to his dad why there was, throw up everywhere. Oh, and she's got a story about one of the neighbor guys that I think probably liked her. And he brought a snake over to show her his snake, and as you know by the last podcast, p.o.s cast, is she's not too into snakes. You know what I mean? So she wasn't gonna hang out with this guy's snake, and he was like, "No, it's fine. This snake is well fed. It's fine. You don't have to worry about my friendly pet snake." You know what I mean? And she's like, "No, I'm I'm not doing this, guy." And less than a few seconds later, that snake lashed out and bit him in the face, and he was like, "Oh my god!" And so, yeah, that was. She was right not to like snakes at that time.
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah, you
Are
told
you
me.
telling me? You're telling one of my stories.
Yeah.
That's a good story. That's the guy who gave me my first tattoo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was quite hilarious.
That wasn't a story that I couldn't say in front of her without her getting mad. I just wanted her to think that I was going to say a story that was going to upset her as she left the room.
That's why I said, uh-oh. But I straight up knew this snake was going to bite him in the face.
Yeah.
Or at least bite him.
She's all like in his face.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, you want to touch my snake? And I was like, no, man, your snake looks hungry.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I just fed him.
I just told him.
Yeah. Well.
He got there
Bit
before.
him straight in the nose. I'm sure he still has scars. Because it was a pretty big snake.
I remember my dad built this tree fort thing in the backyard, and we took some of these magazines and were looking at them, and there was just me and my buddy, and it was still kind of weird, but then another buddy, my neighbor, came over and he was like, "Let me in," and I'm like, "We can't fit you," and he was like, "No, just do it, let me in," and I was like, "I literally, you won't fit. So what do you want me to... I can't do anything." And so he's like freaking out in my backyard about my fort. And then he's like, "I'm going to go tell on you guys." And we were looking at swimsuit magazines. Nothing crazy, guys, and we weren't gross, doing anything gross. So what are you going to tell on me for? But he keeps going on that he's going to tell on me. And so I chuck a brick at him, and he dodges the first brick, and he's like, "Ah!" And I'm like, "Just go away!" And he's screaming that he's gonna tell on me again. So I chuck another brick at him, and I hit him in the head, and I never got in trouble for it. And I told my friend about it the other day that I had done that, and he was like, "He probably forgot you hit him in the head."
That's awesome.
And I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty funny. I never thought about it that way."
That's good. That's a good one. You probably did. You're probably right.
Yeah.
Whoever you
Or
are.
he went home and fell asleep and then woke up like, "Did I fall over?"
Right? What happened to my head? Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
Got any more stories? Because I've heard a lot of your stories, but I don't mind hearing them more.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a lot of stories, I'm sure.
Right?
You remember when Warshak went down the slide his only 2 times in his life?
Yeah, yeah, when he was a puppy.
Yeah.
We have it on video.
Yeah.
So cute.
We had him for 6 months, and he's literally been the best animal I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Since then. And we take him to the park, and we hadn't put a collar on him by then, and or a leash. I wanted to see if he would, stick around. And maybe if I don't try to be in too much control, maybe I can make this work, Well, he goes. We have Isaac, and Isaac's a year and a couple months old, and so he's kind of crawling and wobbling on his feet, And we let him go up the stairs to the little kid slide, right? And he gets to the top of the slide, and he sits down, and he goes down the slide, and then Warshak is like, "I'm going," and he goes down the slide, knocks him over, and Isaac's, toughs it out. He gets up, and he goes back up the stairs, and Warshak goes back up the stairs, and I'm telling Warshak, "No, you can't go down the slide right after he goes down the slide. You're gonna hurt him, And I'm telling you, this dog knew at 6 months old exactly what I was trying to get him to do. He goes to the top of the slide, Isaac goes to the top of the slide, Isaac goes down, and Warshak sits at the top impatiently, waiting for Isaac to move out of the way, and then goes down the slide.
It was so cute. So freaking cute.
Never did it again.
Nope, he won't go down the slide to this day.
Never.
But he loved it then.
The 2 times
Yeah.
that he did it.
Aw, buddy. Aw.
Oh, and you know how I was saying in the last p.o.s. cast is that God didn't want me to stand out? Well, there was one time I was trying to impress this girl at the roller skating rink, and I think I was 13, and it did not work. I'm going backwards on my rollerblades, and I'm just like scooting along, and I'm doing pretty good for a while, but then, the inevitable happens, and I fall. And so when I fall backwards, and I almost broke my wrist,
Oh my god.
and I fractured it, just one fracture on one bone. And so I did break my wrist. And I fall back, break my wrist, and then she comes up and she's all nice. And I'm just like, I'm so embarrassed that I don't care if you're nice. This is ridiculous. I have to call my mom. That I can't be cool. I just tried to be cool on rollerblades first. And then when you thought I was kind of cool, I then broke my arm and have to call my mom. So I don't know what she was trying to do there. She was nice. That was nice of you.
Whoever.
Whoever.
Whatever, you remember who they are.
No.
Oh.
I was by myself there.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Your mom just dropped you off?
Wait, no, it was a birthday party. I've always been by myself, though, really.
Well,
In a crowd.
Until he met me. And then he was no longer by himself.
Then I made noises at something that moved.
What?
I'm just kidding.
You know what? When we were younger and we were on the phone, it was mainly me talking to him. And then when we get in person, it was him talking to me.
See that? I suckered her.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll listen so good. And then I was like, I'm more of a talker.
Yeah. I need to talk.
A
A lot.
lot.
And he does.
It's kind of sad.
Like I said in the last one, I'm his therapist. And I mean, I don't know how to fix him though, because I didn't go to school for that shit. But I try.
And even people that go to school
I don't
agree
think,
with me
you know,
about what's my frustrations. They're just like, yeah, I agree. I could see why you'd be upset right there. It's like, I don't need you to agree, man.
that's not it.
Yeah, I need
Tell me
you
how to fix this.
Yeah, like,
I get it.
yeah, I get that you understand that what's happening to me would frustrate anybody.
Yeah.
I don't need you to tell me that, yeah, you would be frustrated too. I need you to tell me, hey, I've been through that, and here's how I was successfully got out of it.
Right?
Where are the therapists that have been successful in life trials?
Where are you? We need your help.
Yeah, we need your help, man.
It's no longer a secret.
Nope.
It's out there for the public. We are crazy. Oh, you think Caleb's rapping right now?
Because the flush to the flush.
No. No, because I hear his music.
I don't know if the train I ordered is going to be here tonight.
Yeah.
So that's nice. We're trying to film a little earlier.
I don't think I put enough Sprite in mine.
Really?
Yeah, so it's a little bit more hardcore.
And I'm going to tell you, when they raised prices on cigarettes again this last time, I thought about going Boston Tea Party on cigarette companies.
Yeah.
Like just stopping a tobacco truck somewhere on a bridge and then just dumping all the tobacco product out the back of the semi, you know? Because what are we doing?
Or the gas. I don't know. I only smoke when I'm drinking. I vape. As you can tell, I only smoke when I'm drinking.
I don't know.
At least I try. I'm
Sometimes
trying to quit.
sometimes when I'm vaping or smoking, I think about the fact that somebody told me, like somebody on the internet one day said that a doctor says that you have an oral fixation if you're smoking or vaping. And then so if you're like smoking or vaping and you think, oh, I'm fixated on my mouth. Like, it's kind of, it's weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, you may just be putting like the cigarette in your mouth, you know? But that's like the binky.
Pretty much.
Or the nipple. Or whatever it is that's compelling your body to put something in its mouth. So we got a few people with our dog's name. Our dog's name is Warshak. And if you guys have seen the movie, then you guys are awesome because that's a good movie and you should watch that movie. And his name's Warshak. And it's kind of funny because when we say his name, you know who's seen the movie because the name is the only reason that people really know what that name is, even though it means...
The movie's called Watchmen.
Yeah. And
if you haven't seen it,
yeah,
you gotta watch it.
And so it actually starts with the ink blot test. Warshak was like a German scientist.
That was Vorshak.
Vorshak.
Yeah.
But it sounds, you know, when you're screaming something, it sounds the same.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it's just kind of funny how the guy can come up with an ink blot test. It can be used to find out who's a crazy person. And then it doesn't matter to anybody until there's like a superhero named after it.
Yeah. Well, his back looks like an ink blot test face.
Yeah, he's got a face on it.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. He was the cutest little puppy we ever did see.
Yeah.
He was
We didn't get this dog that we have next as small of a puppy, so we can't really say that.
Yeah. She was cute, but we got her for Warshak because he was lonely.
Yeah.
And they love each other.
Yeah, they wrestle and do all that stuff.
He has a lot of fun with her. Oh, you love Nova. They love each
So
other.
I'm thinking about this Walmart employee. He's nice to everybody. But everybody that I've asked, they don't know who I'm talking about. And this guy apparently creeps her out, but she knows who I'm talking about. Oh, I can't bring him on the podcast now that I said that.
Yeah. Good job, babe. Good job.
But you know what? Hey, maybe you're strong enough to get past creeping one person out, right? So the point is that this guy's nice to everybody in Roseburg, and nobody that I've talked to in Roseburg knows who this guy is. So I want to get him on the podcast and see how he's so nice.
We have a few people that want to go on the podcast with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kat.
Yeah.
Kat wants to go on the podcast with us.
Which one?
Our employee.
Oh.
Yeah,
right.
and then Katie wants to go on. I'm sure my brother Matt would go on.
I know. I want Matt on here because
Yeah.
Matt's got stories.
Oh, he's got lots of stories.
And Katie, I don't know as well, but you're really
love to hear
awesome.
your stories. And you're hilarious.
Yeah, you make her laugh.
Yeah.
And so you broke through that wall.
Yeah. We need an extra chair though. We gotta get an extra chair
I know.
so we can.
Hey.
Yeah, our dog likes to search for stuff.
We're trying to work on this whole area. We're trying to get all of the paneling up, and then some paneling up there. We got a heater working. It keeps some of the heat in here.
Yeah, it's pretty warm in here.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think so anyways.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I am. I'm not cold. And it was just raining not that long ago.
Right.
So, I only heard it. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Wonder how long we've been on now.
And so she's gonna step out of frame again.
I'm going to. An hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
We've already been in here for an hour.
Okay.
Are we done?
Yeah.
All right, you guys have a good night. I hope
All right.
we made you laugh a little bit.
Thanks to every single one of you for tuning in.
Yep.
Give a like, give a thumbs up. I
Like
don't
maybe
know.
even a share.
Yeah, throw
That
your
would be
phone.
cool.
We could do anything.
Yeah, tell
Do
us
anything.
we're boring.
Yeah, tell me.
Something.
Yeah, something. Come on, give me an idea for my board here.
Right? I need one because I only got cheeseburger. Okay.
Burgers.
Cheeseburgers.
All right.